I still remember the moment I started questioning my child's diagnosis. They had just been diagnosed with autism, and for once, I finally felt like we had answers, we had a roadmap. But then I started learning about ADHD, and suddenly the exact same behaviors were being described in two completely different ways. One article said, that's autism, and another said, that's ADHD. And honestly, for a moment, I wondered, did we just get this wrong? Hey, I'm Genevieve, mom raising an amazing child on the spectrum. If you're new here, welcome. Here, we talk about real-life autism challenges, tools to help autism families, and I share things I wish I knew sooner. So if you've ever found yourself wondering where autism ends and ADHD begins, this video is for you. Because once I understood one simple idea, everything started to make sense. Okay, let's start here. Autism spectrum disorder, ASD, and ADHD, they can look completely similar from the outside. A child might struggle with focus, emotional outbursts, sensory input. They might struggle socially or even with transitions. The problem is these exact same behaviors can happen in both. So no wonder parents walk away from assessments feeling so confused. But here's the mistake I was making. I thought the behaviors would tell me what my child had. They don't. The behavior is only the clue. The reason behind the behavior is what matters. And once I understood that, everything changed. Here's the simplest way I've come to understand it. With ADHD, the brain is often searching for stimulation. It's constantly scanning for something new, interesting, and rewarding. But with autism, the brain is often searching for predictability. It wants consistency because predictability helps the world feel safer and more manageable. Think of it like two completely different GPS systems. The ADHD brain is the GPS system that's constantly recalculating, looking for a faster route and a more interesting route to go on. But the autistic brain is the GPS system that wants to stay on that original route or that original road because it knows and trusts that road or that route. Neither GPS is broken. They're both optimized in different ways. And that's when it really clicked for me. The behavior itself can look exactly the same, but the reason behind the behavior can be completely different. And that changed how I see autism and ADHD. This is where things become even more confusing because autism and ADHD don't only look similar, but they often occur together. Research shows that between 50 to 70% of kids diagnosed with autism also meet the criteria for ADHD. But on the other hand, only 15 to 25% of kids diagnosed with ADHD meet the criteria for autism. What's the difference? Well, in the general population, autism is less common, and ADHD is one of the most common co-occurring conditions with autism. So if one professional notices ADHD traits and another notices autism traits, sometimes they can both be right. The overlap isn't unusual, it's actually expected. And that's something I didn't realize when we were first on this journey. Here's another misconception that often makes things harder, and honestly, I fell into this trap too. A lot of people think that autistic kids are socially withdrawn and kids with ADHD are hyperactive, but that's so untrue. There are a lot of autistic kids that love talking to people, but they might struggle with social cues. And on the other hand, there are a lot of kids with ADHD that can sit for hours when they're deeply interested in a topic or in what they're doing. So when we judge only on behavior, we often miss what's actually driving it. And that difference, it matters. I remember this moment so clearly. My child could spend hours just focused and building Lego, and a quick trip outside just for a moment could completely derail the day. And I would think, is this ADHD or is this autism? But eventually I realized I was asking the wrong question. Instead of asking which diagnosis fits this behavior best, I should have been asking, what is making this moment so difficult for my child? And that shift, it changed everything. It allowed me to focus on how I should support my child through structure, predictability, emotional regulation, and adapting the environment so my child didn't have to cope. And that for us is when things started to improve. If you're feeling confused right now, I get it. I've been there. I completely understand. Autism and ADHD, they're not opposites. They're different neurodevelopmental profiles that often overlap, and sometimes they even coexist. Labels matter because they help guide support, but support matters even more. You and your child, you don't need every answer today. You just have to keep learning for tomorrow, and you're already doing that by being here. If this video has provided you with even 1 ounce of value, hit the like and subscribe button or share it with a family that might need it today. And if you're looking for something to watch next, check out these other videos on executive function, the no-show gap, or not just autism. And I just want you to know that you're not alone in this, and neither is your child. I'll see you next week on the Autism Parent Guide.